Hey friends, DNL here, and I'm going to take you through a week of working a woofing farm in Louisiana. Alright, as you see, we start our morning with coffee or tea because why not? That's what you need to do to live. And then we start with milking goats, so we'll go out there, that's Rumor. And she's our furry goat, so sometimes it's hard to get her suction right. But what we're doing is milking the goat, so there's a few steps that I'll take you through in another video or at a different time. And then we switch them out. There's about 3 goats right now that this farm is currently milking. And that one right now with Danielle, that's Dixie. She's being a little stubborn trying to get back in there. This is Juliet. She is so sweet. But she's just eating. They eat while they are getting milked, and they're putting this little contraption thing. It's pretty cool. Here you see me literally bribing Juliet to get her back to Goat Island because they're stubborn. And here's Uhtred. He's taking a little nap. He is a good old boy. He's the goodest boy that takes care of this farm and keeps them protected all night. So he's doing his job right now. But this is Goat Island, and it's literally just like across the water, and there's fences up to keep them over here. So it's called Goat Island, and you come out here, and this is Seven. She's almost always at the gate, and there you go. There's her name, Seven on her forehead. That's Grandma, and that little baby is so soft. Island, you get to go out there and pet all the goats and give them some love and make sure everything's safe. And then back here toward the back, we got a pen full of pigs, piggies. They're pretty cute and sort of sweet. They have a ton of different birds here, so they have guineas and they have little button quails, and that's a peacock. They got chickens and roosters, of course. They even have some carrier pigeons in a different pen. That's my friend. She's beautiful. And that's just Danielle confirming that she's my friend. Another thing we got to do was help build a horse fence. Not quite complete yet, but it was really fun. Get out there and get your hands working. You got to dig a hole, and oh yeah, this one was full of roots. So if you got close to a tree, of course you had to combat roots. But basically what you do is you have your tool to dig the hole deep enough, and you got to get it a certain length, and then you want out of the ground about 50 or so inches. Don't have to go into too many details, but that's Danielle digging the hole, and us admiring how many posts we just put in. So it was a process, and you got to get them level, and the roots of doom. And this is what you get when you have a farm dog. You might just go out there and find her chewing on a cow hoof, full leg of it. So that one's a little soupy, and we just took a video of it to show that you don't always know what you're getting, and sometimes it's near a swamp and it's going to be wet. But a lot of times we're out walking the dogs. We take them on multiple walks a day, and this place is gorgeous, as you can tell by all of these videos. But there's lots of trails and free roam animals. So there's our van with some goats, and I thought it was sort of comical and adorable that they just literally walk past your tent, walk past your van, walk past your camper. They have horses out here too. We like spending a lot of times with the dogs outside, and our old lifestyle didn't really allow that to happen a lot, so we're really blessed to be able to have that now. Night chore time. Looks like we're starting with horses tonight. We don't always do that because they're big creatures and they need routine sometimes, and safety. So the woofers don't always take care of the horses, but we also take care of, this is the other chicken coop, so looks like I got 5 that night, which is pretty cool. And look at all those goat eyes in the darkness. That's pretty cool. Seven's always up there trying to give you some love or trying to escape the fence, let's be honest. But you always got to give the animals love when you walk past. You know how it is. I mean, look at them. Look how cute those things are. It's very nice to be able to have animals around you. It's very therapeutic, and being outside a lot, super helpful. But as you can tell, it's dark, so a lot of the animals are just sort of hiding away, ready to go to sleep, and going back out there to feed the pigs, because you got to do that. You got to feed all the animals. You know how it is. So we got pigs in here, and Gotta scoop them out the food in the darkness, and in the darkness is when the rats come out too. So sometimes you get a little friend out there scurrying past your feet, but it's fine. You're working through it because I say you, but me, I'm working through it because this is how it is. This is important also. You got to pet your pigs. So if you have pigs, and they can literally devour an entire human cadaver. So you should probably love on your pigs so they get used to human touch. There's that little black one you just saw likes to run away from me, so I give him extra love every day because I'm trying to get him used to it. And if you want to sell your pigs, if you have pigs and you don't want a pig running away from you because it'll probably win. So yeah, love on your pigs, love on your animals. And I think that's the end of those night chores, and then starting another day. So I start my day with some tea, Danielle got some coffee, and then we go on out to the Goat Island and we get our first girl, who is Rumor, because there are orders to things and Rumor goes first. So this is the whole process to hook her up. So first you got to give her some love, right? Why wouldn't you? Check her hooves. Got to check the underside of her eyelids as well. And that's to make sure that she's staying healthy and still used to human touch. So basically you're seeing me reach for a glass of water, and that's to clean her off, make sure that there's no bacteria, dirt, or anything else on those, the teats. And then you gotta squirt a little milk out, because you know how when you have paint or glue or something, then it dries up, or Cheese Whiz, and then you squirt it and a little bit's hard at the end. You don't want that. You don't want that in your regular milk. So squirt a little bit out, make sure it's good, and then you hook them up. And this is me giving her a massage because she deserves it. She's working hard, so she's eating right there. It keeps her distracted and happy, and yeah, and you just gotta love them. Yeah, so sometimes I sing to them, and sometimes I'm giving them massages, and I pet down their backs and their bellies, but just gotta give them some love, let them know they're important. This is Uhtred again, so I think now we're trying to feed the dogs. So he was up on Goat Island. He tends to be out there to make sure the goats don't go crazy, which is really nice because sometimes they get a little crazy on you. But he's a good boy. He's a real good boy. So this is back to Rumor, and it looks like I am actually massaging her chest, which is where they have a milk vein. Who knew? Which is pretty cool. So here I am just unhooking her and then grabbing the water again because gotta clean her off because the milk would attract mosquitoes and it's not good. So you want to keep them clean. And this is her checking her surroundings, and then she bolts the wrong direction. But that's fine. Got her back. Got Dixie. Dixie's the second one to go. So we are hooking her up and getting her ready to start milking. And honestly, the goat's milk is so good. I've been drinking it every day. And it's actually very interesting that goats eat medicinal plants, and a lot of times they'll eat medicinal plants that you need in your diet so that you will take in the medicinal properties of plants that are growing around us that we don't even notice. But goats sort of think you're a goat, and they just want you to be taken care of because you're part of the herd if you're taking care of them and loving on them. And I thought that was really interesting. Sometimes you're allergic to poison ivy, and they can sort of sense that. They will eat poison ivy leaves, and then you drink their milk, and you might end up immune. Don't quote me. I'm not a doctor. I ain't no goat expert either. But that's what I've been told. So that's Danielle unhooking Dixie. She's a kicker. And then us going out and feeding the pigs again. I've sort of been feeding the pigs. Danielle's not super fond of pigs, and, you can't blame her. They can literally eat a human. No, I don't think they're going to eat them alive by any means, but they can eat through the bones, and that can be terrifying. But they're cute little things, at least right now. They're still young. That's Mama right there. Obviously, the biggest one is Mama. That's Tater Cake. And he is a big boy, and he does not get in with these little pigs, but he gets his own food to the side. But again, like I said before, you got to give him some love, and that one's still being like, don't touch me, but I'm gonna touch him because you want happy pigs, you want nice pigs, and they got to get used to human touch. So this is important, and I'm gonna continue to do that while I'm here. And right now, these are the chores that we have to do every day, and if it's on my list, then I'm gonna do it properly. So got to give them some love. And this is hay going out to the goats, and taking anything to the goats is sort of a challenge because they just basically tackle you for anything that's in your hands. But this is that delicious goat's milk that I've been talking about with all those medicinal properties. So you strain it because, fur and bugs or whatever might be in there. But we fill up these big mason jars, and sometimes there's some that won't fit in there, so you get fresh, warm goat's milk, which is incredible. But this is me pouring a glass because, like I said, you just gotta drink it. And it looks like that day was Monday, which means deep clean the bathroom. Gotta do your chores. And this is just us finding some scrap wood that other people have used, and they left screws and nails in it, so gotta take care of them. This is the little pig pen that I got to help make. It took Ocean and I just a few hours, and then we got a little pig pen. We also got to learn how to shave a horse, so that's Skittles. Excuse me. She is a unicorn, so she is Skittles the unicorn, and she needs to be shaved about once a month because her hair just continuously grows. So this is the biggest animal I've ever shaved, that's for sure. I used to help groom dogs, and same concept, just much larger. Oh man, this is garlic in my nose for my sinuses. It didn't work. But back to chores. Gotta feed the horses. Skittles, the unicorn, was trying to stalk me, so gotta make sure they understand you mean business. Politely. Goat Island. You can see why it might be difficult to feed them sometimes. This was my poor attempt of trying to video it, but it sort of just shows how difficult it might be. So this is basically our first full week of woofing and all the things that we've done at this first farm. And it's an awesome organization to look into. You can literally travel the world. You'll get free food and a place to stay. You just have to work about 25 hours a week and spread that out through 5 days or 7 days, and it's not that much per day. And you get to learn different ways to take care of the world and take care of the animals and honestly decide if you want to farm yourself. So it's an awesome thing to look into. It's been a wonderful experience for us, and I can't wait to show you more about it. But this last little bit, Wild had a birthday. He turned 3, one of the kids here, and I got to make his birthday cake. And that's about it for now. Bye, friends.